Have you ever felt trapped in your emotions, powerless to change the dynamics in which your relationship is stuck in? It's a feeling that can be suffocating, a storm of frustration, sadness, and longing for something better. Moments like these often arise when life's pressures, parenting, finance, or even the monotony of routine, amplify the wounds and fears. In those moments, the vulnerability of feeling powerless can trigger our deepest self-protective instincts. For many, the response to powerlessness is an attempt to take control. It might show up as criticism, dismissiveness, or passive aggressiveness. While these behaviors can give a fleeting sense of control, they only deepen the feelings of disconnection and mistrust. Relationships built on control erode over time, leaving both people in the relationship feeling unseen, misunderstood. But why do we fall into this cycle? The answer often lies in the past. If vulnerability was met with rejection, criticism, or dismissal in childhood, we learn to protect ourselves by building walls of control or defensiveness. These patterns can become so ingrained that they feel like second nature, even as they keep us from the connection we crave. The truth is, these behaviors aren't about malice. They're about avoiding the raw pain of feeling insignificant or overwhelmed. But there's a better way. It starts with embracing vulnerability. True strength in relationship doesn't come from control, but from the courage to let yourself be seen. When you share your struggles, you invite compassion rather than defensiveness. Vulnerability fosters intimacy, deepens connection, and empowers growth for both you and your partner. Of course, letting down your guard can feel risky, especially if you've spent years protecting yourself. But vulnerability is what transforms relationships. It opens the door to healing and trust in ways control can never do. If you've been caught in a cycle of powerlessness and control, the first step is acknowledging your feelings. Pause and ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Beneath anger or frustration, there's often fear, sadness, or insecurity. Naming these emotions is the first step toward understanding them. When you share your feelings, do it without blame. Instead of saying, you never help, try, I feel overwhelmed with everything going on right now. This creates an invitation for connection rather than defensiveness. In moments of tension, resist the urge to react with control, punishment, blame, or criticism. Instead, soften and listen to yourself and to your partner. Of course, doing this requires a willing and skilled partner as well. And it requires both of you to learn how to listen and reflect. It's not helpful when you share vulnerably and your partner reacts with defensive words because they fear being blamed or they don't think you should feel that way. Learning to listen deeply and validate each other is a skill that takes time to learn and practice. But doing it, even if it takes time, is the most valuable investment you'll ever make in your relationship. To break free from these patterns of control, blame, and punishment, it's helpful to create space for growth. Journaling, meditation, and exploring your personal triggers can offer insight into why these feelings arise and how to navigate them. You can do that with yourself or with your partner. Also, reflect, again, together or alone, on how powerlessness has shown up for you in your relationships. Ask yourself, how can you replace control with vulnerability? What might happen if you allowed yourself to soften instead of reacting defensively? Remember, vulnerability isn't weakness. It's a sign of immense strength. Allowing someone to see you fully, even in your struggles, creates a foundation of trust, compassion, and mutual growth. True intimacy isn't built on control, but on the freedom to be seen and loved exactly as you are. Now, before you go, I want to invite you to try a short visualization practice. The outline is in the description. Visualization is a powerful first step towards action. In the description, you'll also find links to free resources on self-awareness and relationship building. And if you have any inspirations, suggestions, personal experiences, or further advice even, please don't hesitate to start a conversation in the comments. I'd love to know how you feel. Much love. I'll see you in the next video.